had been single for about 3 months, yeah. And it wasn't that like I didn't want to get back into dating. It's just, you know, one of those things where you just had such a bad fucking experience with someone that it made you think, why am I doing this? All dating is absolute bullshit. Because, you know, like, you start to think everybody's just going to turn out to be some sort of monster or loser or asshole, whatever. And it's like, what's the point, you know? And then you start thinking, God, being a girl sucks. You know, I hate all men. I don't hate all men. I hate everyone. So, you know, I got in that headspace, and I'll admit, I know I became pretty difficult to talk to and be around, but, you know, that's when I met Rob. And, you know, the first, 3 times I met Rob, I actually kind of despised him. There was just nothing there. It was almost an indifference. He was just this guy I saw. But then the 4th time I was at, it was a 7-Eleven by my house. He was getting one of those fucking pink donuts, and I looked at him, and something just, I don't know, it just like clicked. And it's like that thing where you start hanging out with someone, and then you don't want to stop hanging out with them. It's almost like you need to hang out with them. We were hanging out together day and night. We weren't sleeping together or anything like that, but we were just together all the time. I think I said I love you to him way too soon. Way too soon, but it was true, and I did. I loved him. It's funny because Rob kind of made me realize the reason I hated everybody that I was talking to was because they kind of sucked. Like, everyone I surrounded myself with, they just had nothing to offer, and I realized, like, I wasn't wrong for not liking them. They were just awful people, except Rob. So we're at, around month 8, and, you know, that's when people start thinking about moving to the next step. That's living together, you know? But the only thing is Rob has this weird thing. He has a lot of pets, but he has a lot of pet bats. So, you know, every time we hang out, we were at my place, and Rob, he's really convincing and charming, and he somehow convinced my roommate to move out. And so we were alone together a lot. We had a lot of alone time, but this one time I really wanted to surprise him. So I went to Rob's place, and, you know, it's a surprise. So I snuck in through the window. I know that sounds fucking crazy. I'm aware of that. I know, but I wanted it to be a surprise. I love Rob. So, you know, his place is actually pretty weird, and I realized I'd never actually been in past the kitchen area. There were actually all these candles I saw that had been burned all the way down, you know, and wax was kind of covering everything, and it was weirdly pretty, but I was just like, someone needs to fucking clean this up. I decided, that was what my surprise was going to be. I was going to clean his whole place because, you know, he's a dude. He doesn't like to clean anything. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this for him. And I start looking for his cleaning supplies, and he doesn't have anything. So as I'm looking, literally everywhere for just fucking Clorox or some shit, I find this thing that at first I thought it was a closet. But then I realized it was sort of a shrine. And I see all these little pictures of me, and there are all these weird symbols on it. And then I saw, because I used to be blonde, so I saw these clumps of my fucking blonde hair, and it had been kind of burned or something. And then there was that the pentagram symbol, you know, what Marilyn Manson would have everywhere, the creepy witch kind of symbol thing. And it was so weird, because Rob seems like a normal guy, you know, and this was just really jarring and weird to find. And I was looking at all the pictures of me, and I realized that they were pictures from my Facebook from, I had met him, but we didn't know each other yet. It was the month before we really kept running into each other, you know? And there was this thing, it had English letters, you know, the alphabet, but it wasn't anything I recognized. I didn't know what fucking language it was, but it said something it says, Dablo Magula Tatana. So I Googled it, and it turns out that it was Aramaic, this ancient fucking thing that says, love me forever and question nothing. So of course I had to clean all this shit up. Once Rob got back, he saw that I'd cleaned everything, and he was so fucking happy. I'd cleaned all the bats and everything. We're getting married in the fall.
You're getting married? You don't have a ring.
People in Rob's religion, our religion, don't wear rings.